but I think it's the porter.
Heh.
Incriminating film roll. Now that said, I better check with Miss Underdown and let her know our mission was a success. Oh, that's loud. Alright, I have my goggles on and I'm ready to play. My name is Sloth154 and welcome to Arsene Lupin, the Gentleman Thief. I'm going to be playing through this game. I hope I can turn this down because goddamn, this is loud. But we're going to be playing the titular Gentleman Thief. Legend of Arsene Lupin, a robbery of fantastic proportions. Introduction of late Arsene. Gentleman Thief.
The Legend of Arsene Lupin, Gentleman Thief, is a tale that has been heard by most, but the truth known only by a few.
Everyone loves
Opinions
his
are
descendant the
divisive.
third.
A playful swindler or a hardened career criminal.
He's a hardened career
One thing
criminal.
that
He's a
cannot be
thief.
argued, the excitement of Arsene Lupin and his antics are unrivaled.
Okay, we have to steal that Fabergé egg. Chete de Malaquis. Hope I said that right. Jesus Christ.
They're just paranoid.
Oh, thank God there's
If
fucking
Lupin's
voice
gonna get
acting.
anywhere near this place.
He is.
I know you keep saying it's an impenetrable fortress, but you've heard the stories.
Most of them are true.
Don't worry, it's an easy gig. We got our posts, and that egg stays safe and sound.
We're gonna steal that egg. The hell?
Gentlemen,
Haven't left the spikes. Okay, can I do something? Anything about the sound? Okay, I'm just gonna have to fix it in post. Arrange the actions using the LNA. Having left the spikes, deal with the rabbit dog waiting to pounce. The guard shouldn't cause any more bother, but stay alert to avoid poison-tipped arrows. Block the entrance. Blocking the entrance. Reservoir. Why? The dogs will be deep in summer next to guards, whose only orders are to protect the Fabergé eggs. Using an arrow to snap the bear traps is a better idea than using a leg. Okay. Block it. Dog. Guard. Arrow. Bear trap. Alright, that's the easiest this is gonna be.
Impossible undertaking for most, a walk in the park for Arsene Lupin.
Okay.
He was triumphant over the trials that had stood before him, but it was only with careful planning and execution that he could make every task look so simple.
No, this doesn't look simple. Okay, that should be better. Voices are loud. I need 2 keys. I know he was only doing his job, but so was I.
Now, a combination was all that stood between him and his prize. The combination had to be somewhere. Would they have trusted the now unconscious guards with such important information?
No. It's most likely in this box.
8.
28.
Terrified owners only trusted each guard with half the combination.
Oh. Oh, hold. Well, yeah, let's take it. No harm taking it.
A quick rummage, and he had what he required. 09.
Okay.
ooh,
Not that I care for, but how can I say no to something so exquisite? Hello. perfectly authentic. Yoink. I did always have a weakness for anything that glistens. Dogs having? No, that wouldn't make sense.
Before he tackled the colossal vault door that blocked his path, he took a moment to remind himself of why he was there.
Throw the game. Oh, the Fabergé egg. This might be just what I was looking for.
Heh.
So it's 2809 or 0928. Oh, so it was 2809. How was I supposed to know the order they were supposed to get? Go in.
The vault stood open like a cookie jar, just waiting for him to reach it.
So if you end up liking this, comment, like, and subscribe. I forgot to say that because I got distracted by the loud music and the fun.
Huh?
Diamonds are not only a girl's best friend.
Carefully, now is not the time to stray from the path.
But it would have made for a useful getaway vehicle if I could fit in it. Okay. Oh, that light came on.
Curses locked. But for every door, there is a key.
Yes, there is.
Ooh. Oh.
Alright, so this is going to be a hard puzzle game for me. Yep, there it is. I found the clue. Majestically matching my greatest triumph. What's that glistening in there? Jaw. I believe it's also known as the dentary bone, but I still impress myself sometimes. Clinging onto a dinosaur's tooth, the key to the cage. Alright, let's get in there.
Curses locked.
Ah,
Hey, presto! Just a few more steps.
this seems like a trap.
Huh?
Originating from the House of Fabergé in St. Petersburg, its craftsmanship is unmatched.
Oh.
Yeah, sandbag.
Steady hand and
Don't mind if I do. Ah,
of course, it was not the obvious that he was seeking. There was a more valuable prize inside.
Ah.
okay, this is gonna take me a while. Oh, never mind. This has got to work. Hello, the Black Pearl.
Beauty, the Black Pearl, what he had really been chasing for so long. All that was left to do was escape. A simple task after the gauntlet of obstacles he had just championed until the alarm.
If an alarm is required.
And then he got out.
Let me guess. You read that in the newspaper. They also said I ran around in a top hat and cloak. When have you ever seen that?
It'd be funnier.
Exaggeration never hurt, but it's your story to tell. If you have a different version of events.
If you want the real truth, we'll have to go back further still. Let me tell you about a young man, Bernard d'Andrézy, his investigation and how it led to my arrest. On the second day, at a distance of 500 miles from the French coast, in the midst of a violent storm, a wireless telegraph message was received.
Okay. This is very dramatic.
Arsene Lupin is on your vessel. First cabin, blonde hair, wound right forearm. Traveling alone under the name Ray. The telegram was cut short, but by the next morning the whole ship had heard of Arsene Lupin's presence, and the deck was alive with gossip and rumors.
Oh, cool.
Can you believe it? Arsene Lupin stowed on board. I
Did
heard
he
he once
stow
dressed
on
as a
board, or
Spanish
did he
bullfighter
buy a
and
ticket?
a Russian physician.
Arsene Lupin, the man of 1,000 disguises. If what the newspapers say are true, he could be disguised as anyone.
Even you, madame.
Apparently, he's traveling under the name R. But before anyone says anything, it's not Rosé.
Are you sure?
The waiter at breakfast told Miss Underdown and I that he had snuck on in the dead of night in a rubber life raft.
Can you imagine it? Daring, dangerous. It's like something out of a storybook. Don't you think, Miss Underdown?
Underdown.
Not a book I'd
Okay.
read, but I can see why there might be excitement around him.
Should we be worried? I have valuables on board and the things I've heard about that man.
Well, you shouldn't have your valuables with you.
You've got nothing to worry about. But Miss Underdown, if you feel nervous...
Miss Gerland and I shall both be fine.
Wouldn't it be exciting if I could get a photograph of the famous Arsène Lupin?
It would certainly be some feat, as you said. A man of 1,000 disguises.
No, it wouldn't. As soon as he is caught, he'll be behind bars, where he belongs.
Yeah, sure. I should make a point in speaking with everyone on deck. How's it going, buddy? I heard there was a military man on board, a major if I'm not mistaken. I wonder if he knows anything. On second thought, maybe I'll give him a little privacy. A little hungover, huh, buddy? Arsene Lupin. Blonde hair, wounded forearm, traveling under the name R. Nellie Underdown. Lady Geraldine. Louise Rosanne. Or Rosane. The Major. I think it's the Major.
Hey, you. Come here a second.
Bernard d'Andrézy. How do you do, Monsieur Rosen?
Rosanne?
I see my reputation precedes me.
Sure.
You did just say your name.
Oh, yes.
Is there something I can help you with?
I'll get right to the point. Miss Underdown, we're both warm-blooded males. There's nothing wrong with a little healthy competition, right, Benny?
It's Bernard.
Until next time. Dude, if she's not interested, she's not interested. Just move on with your life. Oh.
Excuse me, miss.
Oh, you gave me an awful fright.
That's expected with Arsène Lupin on board. Allow me to introduce myself. Bernard d'Andrézy.
Lady Gerland, how do you do?
What's your first name, Lady Gerland? You were upset at the thought of Arsene Lupin.
A cryptic telegram comes through saying a blonde man wants to steal all our belongings, and we're supposed to remain calm.
It didn't say he was here to steal.
I'm not exactly sure that's what the telegram implied.
Maybe that's because you don't have as much to lose.
What else have you heard about Arsene Lupin?
You mean besides how he spent his life as a criminal, stealing people's hard-earned money? I've never heard Father say one good thing about him.
I'm sorry, Lady Geraldine. What money have you earned?
From what I've heard, he doesn't care what people say about him, just that they're saying something at all.
And what does that say about him?
He wants to be famous. I suppose I better be going. Nothing to see here. Okay, there's a way to move faster.
I wonder if I could ask you a question?
The dining hall is past the cabins.
Oh,
I was more interested in the ship's unwanted guest.
what do you think Arsene Lupin is on board?
If he's not fleeing from one job, he's probably moving on to the next. Maybe his target's on board.
You think he's here to rob someone? Would he really go all the way to America just for that?
I don't know, they shoot him on
From
sight.
what I've heard, he's prepared to do anything to get what he wants.
There's plenty of guests on board that would be the perfect target for him. Who's got the most to lose?
You've been very helpful, thank you. It's not who has the most to lose, it's whose loss will get the most attention. There's the captain, and that must be his first mate. Doesn't take a genius to figure out why they look so annoyed.
I told you to keep it to yourself.
But you know how gossip travels. It was always going to get out.
I wanted control, how and when. What are we going to do?
Post someone on the stairs guard in the storage room. And another guard in the crew quarters.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Get to it then.
I think that everyone's on the deck except for Miss Underdown. She must have hit it for the hallway. Okay, right here. The tea room. I could go for some tea. This is gonna come in handy.
Oh.
Someone on board has real talent. But yeah, if you're gonna stow away on a ship, the best way to do it is part of the crew. As part of the crew. That's what I meant to say. Because as part of the crew, you have a lot more access. Oh, Miss Underdown.
Excuse me, Miss Underdown?
The excited man with the camera.
Yes.
That's me, Bernard Andresi. But just Bernard is fine.
Now's my chance to impress her. Best not to come across as too forward.
Just Bernard. What can I do for you?
Sometimes you'll need to choose your questions and answers wisely to win conversation challenges. What brought you on board the La
I'm
Providence?
traveling to see my father while he's on business with my dear friend, Lady Gerland.
I've actually just spoken to her on the deck. She has some strong opinions about Arsène Lupin.
I'm sure you won't be surprised to find I feel the same.
I'm hardly surprised with what newspapers say.
Tell me
I'm
about yourself.
afraid there isn't much to know.
I'm sure that can't be right. A beautiful, intelligent young woman like you?
Be careful. A girl could get used to such flattery.
Things seem to be going well. This voyage has a lot more potential than first expected. I'm left wanting to know more. Hopefully I'll get the chance to spend more time with her.
Maybe. You're upset Arsene Lupin is on board?
We're all on this ship to relax, and having him on board has changed everything.
Only if you let it.
I suppose you're right. Thank you. Now, I have a question for you. What brought you on this voyage across the Atlantic?
My work. I'm a photojournalist, or at least trying to be.
It's hard to sell your pictures.
That would explain the camera.
It wasn't my initial plan. But if I could get a shot of Arsene Lupin, it would do wonders for my career.
I have a rather daring proposal for you.
Go on.
What would you say to you and I trying to find Lupin ourselves? An exciting notion, don't you think?
Exciting would be one word.
You don't want him to ruin your trip. And if we don't do something, who will?
Yeah.
I wouldn't usually be so easily persuaded. Where would we even start? What do we know about Arsene Lupin?
He has a wounded shoulder. He has a wounded right forearm.
We don't know how he did it, but it shouldn't be too hard to spot. We should look for someone with an injured arm.
He has blonde
He's
hair.
a master of disguise, but we can only work with what information we have. We should look for someone with blonde hair.
And he's traveling under the name R.
I imagine there are a number of guests on board with that initial. We should try and narrow the list down.
Very astute, Monsieur Dondressy. Bernard. Anyone would think this isn't your first investigation.
Technically, it's not.
There are many things you still have to learn about me.
What could Arsene Lupin be? Who could Arsene Lupin be disguised as? Major. I heard there was a military man on board, if I'm not mistaken. First mate. Porter. But they want me to choose Louise.
Monsieur Rosen!
Really? The gentleman from the deck?
Arsène Lupin is known as a master of disguise.
Don't hold me in
I'd
suspense.
ask you first.
Do you think you could keep Monsieur Rosen distracted while I search his cabin for evidence?
And what am I to say to him?
Just be your ever-enchanting self.
That I can do.
With Miss Underdown keeping Mr. Roseanne occupied, I've got the chance to search his cabin. I'm sure I saw him leaving the door on the right earlier. Just leaving the luggage out like this. An unlocked door. Roseanne is either stupid or confident. I can't leave Miss Underdown with him for too long. Who knows what else he's saying to her. Find evidence that Roseanne is Arsene Lupin. Arsene Lupin disguised identity is a mystery with suspicious but little evidence pointing towards Roseanne. Further investigation is required. There must be something in his cabin. What would incriminate him? Unpretentious. Starting with R. Why'd you stop moving then? Okay. We are looking for a makeup kit.
Huh?
Some white hairs. I see presumably Roseanne's. Roseanne's pillow is covered with a large stain. What could have caused this? Hair dye. I don't know what he's been up to, but I certainly couldn't sleep with a pungent smell over my pillow. You have enough to make your first deduction, and that is that he is not blonde.
If this doesn't impress Miss Underdown.
The hair found on his comb has inconsistent coloring. What else could explain this? Some white hairs. Okay. But there's still more. Okay.
Oh.
A napkin and pills. An empty bottle would suggest he's been taking painkillers for something serious. What could that be? Addiction. Because there's a wine glass right there, so he was having fun. The strong smelling chemical dye. I'm just hoping it's unused.
Uh-huh.
I presume this must belong to Miss Underdown. Awfully strange for Roseanne to have it. The face in a napkin, a little childish if you ask me. Seeing as I've sent Miss Underdown off to distract Roseanne, I hope the feelings are only one-sided. Another deduction.
There isn't time for mistakes.
Oh, the wounded arm.
One step closer to proving it.
Telegram did say he had a wounded. The telegram did say he had a wounded arm. What else could prove Roseanne is the pawn?
Come on, think.
The napkin?
The proof is here somewhere. Come on. I think I'm getting the hang of this detective thing.
I am not. He must have split dye over. He must have spilt dye over the bed by accident. Strange that it's just on the pillow.
The proof is here somewhere.
Napkin. I did that!
One step closer to proving it.
What more evidence is needed? This should convince everyone. A lot more evidence is needed. We have the proof that Roseanne is, as newspaper described, a good-for-nothing scoundrel. It's time to get proof to the captain. If I use the post box in the tea room, I can ensure this will get to him surely, safely, and securely. We're about to get caught leaving his room, most likely.
Huh.
Nope, don't need that. Right to the tea room. But I think it's the porter.
Heh.
Incriminating film roll. Now that said, I better check with Miss Underdown and let her know our mission was a success. The arrest of Arsene Lupin, the inspector's board.
So that's how the great Arsene Lupin was caught. By two amateur sleuths?
Nope.
Are you questioning my storytelling?
No, it's just the newspaper reports didn't include anything of your claims.
Claims? It's the truth. The newspapers have never been worried with allowing the truth to get in the way of a good story. The good story I was just getting to.
I just think we'd benefit from hearing all sides of the story. At least about what Inspector Ganimard did when he boarded the ship. This is what I heard.
Fifth day docked in America.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome you to the United States of America. There will be a minor delay in the disembarking of the ship. A detective has come aboard to take over certain matters with an unwanted guest. Yes, I know what his name is, and it doesn't need to be repeated. Yes, they know it too. I ask for your cooperation. The faster he's found, the faster we can get you all on dry land. This detective better know what he's doing.
It's Inspector. Today is the day. He is on board, and he's not getting away this time. One more failure, and the Commissaire General will have my badge. All right, showtime. I am Inspector Ganimard, and shall be addressed as such. Everyone is to remain on board until Lupin shows his face, and I have the coward in custody.
We've been docked for 5 days. He's probably already... He could be gone.
I don't ask for much, but I'm asking now. Please, please, let me catch Arsene Lupin.
Which side are you asking?
You've got him down to a T.
Inspector Ganimard, you mean?
It's like he's here in the room with us.
I've read enough about the frustrating years and near misses of pursuing his rival. It wasn't hard to find his voice.
He certainly wasn't going to let anyone get in the way of him catching his prey.
I need to speak to the man in charge, or at least who was before I arrived. Where'd the captain go? Upstairs. Captain?
Captain, I'm sure you're eager to get Lupin off your ship.
Of course, and you're right. This is my ship.
You can save the speech. I don't want your ship. I just want Lupin.
We've narrowed it down to 2 suspects.
Saves me a job. Let's hope the captain keeps it up. I'm going to need to see inside their cabins.
Of course. Which cabin first?
I'm closing my eyes, hitting the button as fast as I can. There. I don't know whose cabin I chose. It didn't say. Oh, cool. Look at the state of this place. I've seen messy before, but this is chaos. Investigate the suspect's cabin. Hopefully Major Ronson and Roseanne cabins provide evidence that can point to one of them being the criminal in disguise. He may think himself a master of disguise, but that doesn't mean he's not left a clue behind. The legend. Okay. As per your request, the bag of clothes left with us has been incinerated. If you require any further services, please speak with the available member of the crew. La Providence housekeeping team. Why ask for his clothes to be burnt? Was he destroying one disguise to slip into another? There's a chance. Oh, Captain. Not only is this a health hazard, but a potential entrance and exit point. What is this? Empty. If Roseanne is Lupin, he will be keeping his riches with him at all times.
Oh.
I'm not proud of this, but I would steal these snacks. I'm not sure what he's planning, but he's gathered details on every guest, tracking their whereabouts, yet nothing about any sort of companion. What is he up to? Not the most exciting holiday reading. I certainly don't agree with his extracurricular activities of tracking other passengers. No from the staff.
Get your head in the game.
What? Manipulative.
Just some good old-fashioned police work.
Not from me. He knows exactly what he's doing, and with the right information, he'll use it to his advantage to get whatever it is he desires. Master disguise and
Master thief? Pooh.
Lupin could have destroyed the clothes he arrived in and changed again since. Maybe the captain can shed some light on what I found. Okay.
Inspector.
What do you make of all this? That one. The journal. Loose vent. Not this. Okay, I can only have two. So this.
If he wanted to hide his suspicious activities, he's not doing a very good job. Keeping track of passengers and destroying clothes, it all points towards Lupin.
It does, but is it really?
There's nothing more to see here. Take me to the other cabin.
Again, I think he's the porter. Now to check the other suspect.
I'm hot on your heels now.
Okay. I knew she was lying. Bernard is the only one not accounted for at the time. Quick opportunity to get those in charge wrapped around my finger. What is he up to? Lupin is good at getting into a role. Looks like this one is a keen fisherman. Looks like someone or something damaged the inside of the vent trying to crawl through. Where could this lead? My guess is the other cabin.
Not as clever as you think, huh?
Well, a little bit. Looks like the vents link between the rooms.
It's called common sense.
I don't have that. Leave me alone. Manipulative?
Who said I'm getting slow in my old age?
Well, I'm certainly getting slower. A private meeting with the captain. Lupin would have him wrapped around his finger in seconds. Okay. Captain.
Inspector.
What do you know about the ventilation
You
system?
mean how they run, or...?
Just tell me who will have the answers.
The porter's in the storage room. It's his job to know.
Okay.
Huh?
Empty medical supplies. It's completely cleaned out. What is it? There's barely anything left. With all these hoarded, I'd say it's worse than the little seasickness. What does he need them for? Addiction. That could... Thought you could outsmart me.
That would be obvious to anyone.
He's suffering from an injury. These could be from him patching himself up. Both suspects could be Lupin, but I can't be certain which one. I need to speak to them myself. Maybe the captain can shed some light on what I found. Hey, Captain. How's it going?
Inspector.
What do you make of all this? Rawson's diary and the open vent. Wait. Medical supply?
There's a suspicious number of medical supplies here. And Lupin is nursing an injury. Plus, he had an appointment with you? I think he's been manipulating you.
I didn't know he had so many medical supplies in here. I mean, the meeting is just between two avid fishermen.
Was it?
That's what Lupin wants him to think.
Is one of them our man?
I'm going to need to speak to them both.
Detective, I've been looking all over for you.
Okay.
Inspector. Make it quick.
You can add theft to his list of crimes. He's taken my jewels.
Lupin.
Targeting young, vulnerable women. I expect nothing less of him. First things first, how did he get in? Okay, I was about to start reading. Investigate the jewel theft. It was only a matter of time before Arsene Lupin struck. His latest victim, Lady Gerlin. And her jewels. Investigate the scene of the crime and speak with the victim. I'm not going to let him get away with terrorizing this ship. What do I have? Okay. A safe like this will pose no trouble for Lupin. Shredded beyond repair, someone must have something to hide.
Huh?
Some first-class cabin this is. What's that smell lingering? Perhaps it's just an anomaly.
Inspector, thank you for coming.
At your request, Miss...
Gerland.
Gerland.
Please, you must find my jewels.
When did you notice they were missing?
This morning, I started packing my luggage, and when I went to the safe, they were gone. Gone.
Oh, if she shouts at me one more time.
Did you leave your cabin prior to the theft?
I only left my cabin yesterday for dinner, then came straight back.
Who did you dine with?
My friend, Miss Underdown. She'll tell you I'm not lying. I'm not.
So, he took his chance while she was at dinner.
I don't think whatever. Her jewels aren't famous enough, man.
Please, Inspector. If my father finds out half of the family's collection has gone missing, and it's my fault, oh, just the thought of it. You can't really suspect me of anything.
It's my job to follow up on anything suspicious.
Suspicious? I was drafting a letter to a friend, and I wasn't happy with it. Is there a crime in that?
Possibly. She's meant to be the victim. Why would she hold herself so defensively? She can't even look me in the eyes. She's hiding something, but I don't have it in me to deal with her wailing and shouting right now. Once I know what it is, then I confront her. It's most likely she stole the jewels.
Then that must mean...
She's not being entirely truthful with me, and I want to know why. All right. Hold it right there, Detective. I mean, Inspector Ganimard. I'm gonna have to end this episode here. So we are in the thick of his investigation of finding out which of the what's it called? passengers, that's the word, is Lupin. I have my theories and I will share them in the next episode, but for right now, the main suspect is Roseanne, and that's what we're going to build off of. So I have to end this here because this episode ran too long and it doesn't allow you to pause during the section break, so I couldn't stop at a good point. So if you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe. It does help the channel. Check out the description. I'll have a link to the playlist for this series and other games I played on my channel. Tell me in the comment section what you think about the game and your thoughts and theories on which of the passengers is Lupin. I'm still in the mind that it is the, what's it called? What was he called? The porter. That's it, the porter. But we will prove or disprove that in the next episode. So I'm gonna get out of here. If you made this far in the video, Brian thanks you, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.